Hello everyone, this week's Parashat Noach. Now, I love the book of Bereshit because it has so many things that are very, very interesting, a lot of wisdom in this book. And I want to talk a little bit about some connections between the parashiot. Last week's Parashat Bereshit, Hashem created the world, He created the man in the sixth day. And of course, the man in the first day that he was created also managed to sin. Of course, for everything that we do, there is a consequence that is written in the Torah, and the consequence of man sinning, or the curse, I would say, the punishment. Yes, Hashem tells Adam, because you listened to the voice of your wife and ate of the tree which I commanded you, saying, you shall not eat of it, cursed is the ground because of you. But there's a big question here, why Hashem is cursing the ground. What's the connection? And we're going to talk about this in a moment. And this week's Parashat Noach, we have Noach, that he is the only person, him and his family, that is saved from the flood. And when he comes out of the ark, Hashem, Noach, he sacrifices kosher animals to Hashem. And Hashem, it says like this, Hashem smelled the pleasing aroma, and Hashem said in his heart, I will not continue to curse the ground because of man, since the imagery of man's heart is evil from its youth. Okay, now there is a question here, what's the connection to the ground again? Again, we hear this, that the ground is the nature, yes, is sort of somehow connected with man. So according to the Zohar, when Hashem created the world, Hashem created the nature in a way that it's completely connected with the man. Of course, even today, we do have connection with the nature. Man needs nature to survive, needs trees to survive. Of course, we inhale what they exhale, and they inhale what we exhale. We are very, very connected with the nature. We have medicine in nature. We have many things that the nature gives us, but it was even more so. The Zohar talks about the fact that the nature was created to serve the man, to give the man everything man needs. If the man needs food, the nature would have needed to give it to him. Everything that the person needs, the nature. The man has to cross the sea has to open for him, and this is how it was supposed to be. Yes, of course, man sinned. And because the sin of man, Hashem had to sort of make a stop, to put a stop, because the moment the man has to go now and work the land and do things by itself, then the nature cannot give the man. It has to be like a stop. Yes, the nature cannot give the man what it was supposed to give him in the beginning. So it got to a point that the nature was so connected to the man that when the man sinned, all the sins influenced the nature in such a way that even the animals started to go with other types of animals because of that. Even today, that we are not connected to nature like we were when Hashem created the world, the air that we breathe and the place that we live in influences us, and our actions influences still the place and the nature, and everything that is happening because of our actions. Yes, but in this week's parasha, Hashem decides that that's it. Up until this moment, now I'm going to separate between the nature and man. But what happened? What happened that made Hashem to think like that? We have here Noach. He is a tzaddik. He came out, the Torah says that he is a tzaddik. He comes out of the ark. He goes with all his family. The first thing that he does when he comes out of the ark is to sacrifice, to give Hashem, to make a sacrifice. And the first thing Hashem says when he smells the sacrifice is, I'm not going to curse the ground anymore because of the man, because the heart of man is evil from its youth. So there's a question here, what happened? What happened from the moment Noah came into the ark until this moment when he sacrificed it? So we have an answer. Rabbi Nachman is talking about the fact that he brings a story from the Zohar that says that when Noah came out of the ark, Noah did not believe that Hashem is going to destroy the world. He did not believe it. He waited and waited and waited. He created the ark. He waited a lot of time. He told people, Hashem is going to make a flood. Hashem is going to do this. Hashem talked with me. But he did not believe until the water came up until his middle. He didn't even go inside the ark. He was like, the water sort of like brought him in. So he comes out of the ark. after the flood, he sits on this mountain, he looks around and he doesn't see nothing. He doesn't see people, doesn't see houses. He understands that Hashem really destroyed everything. So he tells Hashem, like we have many times in the Torah, conversation between Tzaddikim and Hashem, back and forth, and he tells Hashem, what did you do? You destroyed the world. So Hashem tells him, look, you are coming to complain to me like that I destroyed the world. Where were you for 120 years when I told you that this is going to happen? I told you that I'm going to destroy everybody, and you did not pray even one time for the world. You didn't ask me for mercy. You didn't say nothing. You just told the people what to do. That's why Noach is never going to be Moshe Rabbeinu. He's never going to be Avraham Avinu, because Noach only thought about himself. Yes, he told people that this is going to happen, but never asked about the world to be saved. So here we have a very, very big lesson, okay? First of all, when we come closer to Hashem, we need to understand that we are not alone. Yes, I started now to follow. I started to do. When I got to the point where I know and I can understand and I'm doing my part, you have a responsibility to pray for the world. Not only for Am Israel, which you are part of, and you have to pray for them. You have to include them in your prayers. Not only you and your family. You have to do things, because everything you do influences also others and the nature. Yes, still, even though we are not connected anymore like we were before, but we are still influenced. Yes, we are still influencing the nature. But in this moment, yes, you are responsible not only for Am Israel, you're also responsible for the world. You are closer to Hashem. You know His secrets. You are learning the Torah. You have a responsibility to ask Hashem for mercy. So you're not alone anymore. That's the thing that we understand from this, that even though you can be a very good person and do good deeds and do your part, it's not enough. You have to share that wisdom with others, because you are not alone in the world. And that's the lesson that Noach is teaching us in this parasha, that it's very important to tell others about the knowledge that you have, to try to teach others, to try to influence others, to do good deeds. Yes, you don't have to be like to try to make people to become religious or something like that, or to I don't know, to make people convert to Judaism, because we don't do that. Yes, we really don't do it. But yes, we do have a responsibility to tell the world that there is a God. Who is this God? What He wants from us? And that's the purpose of Am Israel. That's the purpose of a Jewish person, to come out into the world and say, yes, there is Hashem. He created the world. He makes everything. Everything is His making, and we have to listen to Him. Yes, these are the laws that He gave us, and if we follow them, this is what is going to be. It's going to be good for us, and it's going to be good for the world. In the moment we go against the word of Hashem, against the Torah, against the mitzvot, against everything that Hashem gave to us, then everything gets influenced, us, our soul, humanity, and nonetheless the world and the nature. The nature starts to act out because because of what we do. And that's very, very important to remember, that we do have a connection to nature. You have and you want to connect with Hashem, go and speak with Him. Go and have a conversation. Go in the nature, touch the ground, smell the air, be in places where you can feel the Gdula, it's called in Hebrew, how big Hashem is and how amazing He is, and what a present He gave us when He gave us this world. I wish for all of us that we'll have the merit to see the world as it was before. There is also many Rabanim are talking about the fact that when the Mashiach is going to come, the world is going to go back to what it was. The nature is going to go back to what it was before Hashem separated between man and nature. And even though some rabbis like Rambam says no, the world is going to continue being as it is. But yes, it is possible that we're going to go back to have that connection as it was before. And I wish for all of us to have the merit to see that. Shabbat Shalom.